Good morning, class. How are you today? Today in math, we are going to work on how we can use least common multiples to subtract fractions that have different denominators, okay? And our objective is using those least common multiples to subtract fractions with unlike denominators. When you were in fourth grade, you probably did fractions where you had the same denominator, like 1/4 plus 3/4, or um 4/5 minus 1/5. But we are going to do it where we have different denominators, and it's going to be a little different because it's going to get us prepared for our high level thinking skills. Okay, so excuse me. The first thing we're going to do is our problem of the day. All right. So our problem of the day is this. It says Maya makes trail mix by combining 1/3 of cup mix nuts and 1/4 of cup of dried fruit. What is the total number of ingredients in her trail mix? Okay, so I'm going to give you all a little time to think about that. But remember, the problem says Maya makes trail mix by combining 1/3 cup of mixed nuts and 1/4 cup of dried fruit. What is the total number of ingredients in this trail mix? Let's give y'all time to think. Okay, class. If you think you have the answer, put your hand over your nose. So if you think you have the answer, you put your hand over your nose. If you think, okay, so I see a few people, they feel like they have the answer, okay. If you think that the answer is using subtraction, touch your head. And if you think the answer is using addition, touch your ears. Okay, I see a few people. Okay. Marcus, what do you think the answer is? Okay. Keelan, do you agree with Marcus? All right. Genesis, do you agree with Keelan? Because Keelan said he doesn't agree with Marcus. All right, class. So let's look at how we do this math problem. All right. So Maya makes trail mix by combining 1/3 cups of mix and 1/4 cups of dried fruit. So the first hint that we have today, class, with this problem is the word combining. That is going to let us know that we are adding with this multiplication, with this word problem, excuse me. So we're combining. So we're going to have 1/3 cups of trail mix plus her 1/4 cups of dried fruit. Now remember, class, when we are adding fractions with different denominators, we have to find the LCM. Daniela, what is the LCM? Correct. Daniela said that the LCM is the lowest multiple of the two denominators in the fractions we are adding. Okay, so we have 3 and 4. So we always going to start with the higher number. Y'all know that. We talked about that a lot. We're going to start with the higher number. So 4. So let's do the first few multiples of 4. So class, say it with me. 4, 8, 12, 16. All right, let me move that over so you can see. 4, 8, 12, 16. All right, so now let's do the multiples of 3. Let's do the first few multiples of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Kenneth, what is the least common multiple between the multiples of 4 and 3? Correct. The least common multiple is 12. All right, so the least common multiple is 12. So we have a new denominator of 12. So we do 12 plus 12. Okay, because we're going to go on and set this up. How many times do I need to multiply? 3 until I get to 12, DeAndre. You need help? Look over here. So 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4 to give us this 12. And then remember, class, whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. Whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top, okay? So then we would do 1 times 4 up here. And then that would give us 4/12 plus. So then, Genesis, tell me how many times I need to multiply 4 to get to 12. Good job, Genesis. 4 times 3. And whatever we do to the bottom, we must do to the top. 1 times 3. So now we have 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. And the denominator stays the same. And that is 12. Good job. So 1/3 plus 1/4 is 7/12. All right, class. I know you're like, Miss Burton, but you said we're going to do subtraction. I know, but we had to do our word problem of the day to kind of refresh our memory with adding fractions with unlike denominators, so you all will be ready. So what we're going to do today, we're going to have 2 problems. We're going to do 2 problems together as a class, and then I'm going to let you work independently on your own, okay? So the first thing that we must do, we must make sure that we write our problem down. So we have the first problem for today, y'all, is 3/8 minus 1/4. Okay, and yesterday you all did subtraction with your fraction strips, but today we're not going to use our fraction strips. I want to see if you guys are able to do multiplication with your mental math and your prior knowledge of multiples. Okay, so we're not going to use fraction strips. I'm going to see if you all can do it firsthand in your head or on scratch paper. All right, so what is the first thing that we must do? Angie? Okay, you say we should recognize that they have different denominators. That's good. That's good. I like that. Okay, Jayla, I see your hand up. Least common multiple. All right, Jayla. So the first thing we need to find is the least common multiple or the LCM. Least common multiple or the LCM. Hadil, why do you think we need to find the LCM first? Wait, class, give him some time. He's thinking. Damien, yes, tell me. So you can know your new denominator. That's good. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to write down the least common multiples of 8. Write down the multiples of 8. Excuse me. So I'm going to give you time to write down the multiples of 8. All right. Let me see. Samuel, what are the multiples of 8? You can give me the first 3. So we have 8, 16, 8, 16, and 24. All right, good job. Keelan, tell me give me the first 4 multiples of 4. All right, so we have 4, 8, 12, 16. Jamari, can you tell me what is the LCM between 8 and 4? Good job. The LCM is 8. Wait, calm down. Some of you all probably skipped 8 because you thought we were multiplying by 8. You thought 8 was a multiple, so you probably skipped it. You still have to write 8 down. So it wouldn't be 16. It would be 8. Okay? So now, what I like to do is I like to go ahead and write my new denominator. Okay? I like to go on and write it out. That way I won't confuse myself. I know what I'm doing. So, Hadil, if the new denominator is 8, how many times do I multiply by 8 to get 8? 1. Good job. So then, Hadil, how many times would I multiply up here with this 3? Whatever you do on the bottom, you have to do. Okay, so 1. So we have 3 times 1. Now, Renaya, thank you for raising your hand. How many times I need to multiply 4 to get 8? 2. Okay, so we already have that here. All right, and then what? How many times would I multiply this 1? Good job. So then 1 times 2 is 2. So 3 minus 2 is what, guys? 1. Good job. So 3/8 minus 1/4 is 1/8. Good job, class. Okay, we're going to do one more before I have you all work independently. So have no fear. Just one more. You guys did that one so well. And of course, if you need help when it's time to work independently, I'm more than happy to help you. Okay, the next one is 2/3 minus 1/2. Yes, Genesis, you have a question? You said you have another way that you know how to do this? Okay, do you want to share? All right, so Genesis said she does the butterfly method or cross multiplication. So she said she does 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. So Genesis, what would be the denominator? Okay, so you said you knew that the LCM for 3 and 2 was what, Genesis? 6. So you saying it's 4/6 minus 3/6. That's what you're telling me. So that'll give us 1/6. Okay, do you think this works every time, Genesis? Okay, so I'm going to keep her answer over here in this box over here. Okay. And we're going to pretend like we're on the smart board. So I'm going to erase this. Well, I'm going to scroll down. And we are going to see if I get the same answer that Genesis got with the way that she did it. Okay. So 2/3 minus 1/2. So we know that the LCM is 6. We know that. So we're going to do that. All right. So then from 3 times what gives us 6, class? 3 times 2. So then we have to do 2 times 2 times 2. So that'll give us 4. Then, okay. Put this minus right here. I don't want to confuse y'all. And then, so now 2 times what gives us 6? 2, 4, 6. 3 times. Good job. Okay, so then whatever we do at the top, we have to do at the bottom. So then we do 1 times 3. 4. Good job, Genesis. I like that way. So this is the first way that I taught you all right here. So I'm going to show you the way that Genesis wanted to share with the class, okay? That she said she learned how to do it. So she did 2/3 minus 1/2, okay? So she knew she had to find her LCM, okay? She knew that. So we're going to put the little subtraction, the new equation down here. So first of all, we know the LCM is 6. So we're going to keep this at 6. So she did 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. And she got 4 minus 3 is 1. Great job. Yes, I do. Well, when I cross multiplied or butterfly method, I went ahead, since this was first, I went ahead and used this one to be the first one in my problem over here, okay? And then I went ahead and did this one, all right? So, if you have any questions when you're working independently, don't hesitate to ask me. I'll be more than happy to help you, okay? Hold 1 second. Somebody's calling the phone. So now you all will start working on page 249 and go do 7 to 15. Do all of the, let me check and see. Do all of the 249. Do all of the odd numbers. 7 through 15, all of the odd numbers. So I'm going to write it up here so we won't forget.